Hey kids, it's your good buddy Mark Miller here. How's it going? Haven't seen you in a few days. Uh, with me on the good old Skype is my good buddy Rory, who we also haven't seen in a few days. But he's right up at the left. Oh, he's up there. Where'd he go? Is he right left? Right? Is he here? Rory, you here, buddy? Yeah. Fred says hi. We all say hi. How you doing, buddy? Good. You went. Yeah, you were at your dad's wedding a while back, right? Hold on a second. I got bad news, Rory. The bad news is I'm not seeing your mic show up on. Hold on. On our transmission. Let me see if I can find you here. I think it's that one. Let me click OK on this. Give me some audio.
Testing. Hello.
Drop you down a bit.
Can anybody hear me?
Yeah, it looks like they can hear you now. That's you right there. You're right there.
Hey, me.
Yeah, we switched to a new machine today, kids. And I know I should keep my eyes on the road while I'm driving, but that's what we did. We switched to a new machine. I'm actually, and Rory and I we started a little bit late. Rory and I were working on getting the D&D app to compile because I wanted to go in and see if we could go after the Zoom problem.
Yeah.
Because we were seeing it on some of our, scenes here. Like, let's look at this one right here. This is Dance Party 6. And in Dance Party 6, we should see the background zoom. And let's see it.
Now, we should be clear here. It does move. But there you go. We're not seeing the whole of the screen. Yeah.
Right, it makes me smaller.
Yes.
So we're able to zoom whatever source I'm on.
Yeah.
But we're not able to zoom the background.
Huh. Well, I mean, good news is that means OBS is capable, right? It's just, somehow we're doing something different in two cases.
Yeah. It almost feels like it could be a data-related problem. I suppose to remind ourselves of what's happening here, DH background is using a scene called back. I can confirm that I've got a scene called back inside of here. The other ones, Mark Sidecam and Mark Cam, are using a scene called hosts, which I can also confirm I have. So the back scene, if I switch to it, I think we'll lose audio for a second, and you'll lose my image for a second. But the back scene, I'll switch to it for a second so we can all see it. Then I'll come back and we'll reload pieces. Here's the back scene.
Yeah.
So that was the back scene there, and that looked pretty decent. Like I should be able to, modify it, do anything with it. The piece that's not working. So it's interesting, right? I was like, at first I thought we couldn't zoom at all, but now I'm like, wait, we can zoom some things but not others. Now it makes me wonder about, is there something about what's on the back scene? Give me a second. I want to look at the properties of what's on the back scene. One of the pieces on the back scene is something called DH background. It's this source name right here. And I'm wondering if there might be some setting on that that's stopping it from resizing. That's what I want to look at. Actually, first I think I'm going to go to hosts, this scene first, which I'm on. I don't think you'll be able to hear me there. I'm not sure if you will or not. Let's see if we can get that audio up and we'll see if you can hear me. There's my audio right there. We're going to go to hosts first.
I can hear you. Whether or not the chat can is a separate question. I get to be the host. Quick, take over. What should we change? Yeah, not a lot. Yeah, so Mark's just taking a screenshot of the transform in relation to the piece in question. So we're gonna have a look at that when he comes back to the natural way of seeing things.
And now I'm switching back over here, and I'm back. And you can hear me.
Okay.
I think that was.
Yep.
I think that was the problem, kids. That was it. We just fixed it with no code, I think.
No code fixes. Awesome.
And let's check it. We're gonna do Dance Party 9. Nope. We're gonna do that one.
There you go. Success.
It shrunk down, right? I think it did.
We see pretty much the full screen in the reduced area
check
there.
The zoom.
Nice.
Okay. All right, that's cool.
And that's a show. Well, all right, maybe not.
Yeah.
That was a quick fix.
What fun is that? Asked Coding Gorilla. Now, Coding Gorilla is one of the things that's been interesting about Coding Gorilla is we have not seen any of my motion when Coding Gorilla's fanfare plays. He came in without triggering it, but I'm going to go ahead and trigger it right now, and I want to see if we have motion or not. We do.
We do now.
So
whatever
what
was
happened.
breaking that has gone away, or
all right, that's not bad. So,
cool.
Hector.
Hey, Hector.
Hector HSC.
And for that matter, hello, Coding Gorilla as well. How are you all doing?
How y'all doing? We're good to be back, right? It feels good.
Yeah. And with that, Coding Gorilla's off. Gotta run though. Have a good rest of the show.
Coding Gorilla left. My Stream Deck's just rebooted. Let's see how they're doing now. Are they going to work? I just said, yeah, I sent a thumbs up over to Fred. Yeah, I think my Stream Decks are not working as well on the new machine as they were on the old. And also on the animation movement of me seems to kind of stutter, and I'm not sure how to fix that. What's going on with that?
Interesting. Yeah, I think I remember seeing that before.
It kind of pauses for a minute and then catches up. We didn't really see that on the old machine. Not sure what's going on. Yeah, Rory's back. Welcome back.
I'm back.
Okay, so at this point, I'm now. Problem one, I thought I was going to have to deal with code to solve. Didn't. It was kind of a setting problem in OBS that seems to have changed. Problem two went away magically as well. Where are we going to go next? I have to think for a second on this. Fred says, I don't know. Don't ask me. Am I going back to, I think I'm going to go back to where we were before last week. Let's maybe do that. And let's bring up the project shortcuts. Not ultimate callout. I want to bring up the document editor sandbox. We'll look at that. We'll figure something out to do in this space. I'll show you where we left it. And we kind of left it in a pretty good place. I think there was as I recall, there was a bug on Thursday. And I think I fixed it sometime after Thursday, after the show. And I don't remember exactly what the bug is. Unfortunately, maybe I'll trigger my memory when we come in here and run it. But we added the ability, I don't know if you were here for this, I think you might not have been, Rory. We added the ability to load and save the model. So if I click load, it'll load up this right here.
That's good.
And we also made it so that when you select something, it'll show this. I remember what the problem was. The problem was if I dragged it down here and then let go of it, it would go down
Ooh.
like that instead of going back up into position. That was the problem. Also, I think if I dragged it around, there were some problems as well. It turned out that the problem was related to the aspect ratio of the target box.
Okay.
And so the aspect ratio of the target box was determined by some code we wrote that just basically said, let's just get the caret position and create a target box that looks like this.
Yeah.
Does that make sense? Because I was looking,
Yeah.
I was stepping through the code after the show, and I'm like, wait, it should be coming out of the bottom, but it's coming out of the left or the right. And I was like, oh, wait, the aspect ratio is radically different from things we've tested before. Oh! Oh! Weird beard! He's here! Everybody get back! Get out of the way! He's here, everybody!
Greetings,
Get back to the
Weird.
back of the room! Get back! I said back!
Welcome to the show.
Like further than that! Get back, back, back! It's Weird Beard! Oh my goodness, people. Is everybody okay? Hey, the stream needs more weirdness. That's what it needs. Okay.
Not anymore.
The cool thing about this, so at this point, the cool thing about this is me and my entourage of cats. Oh, okay. Did not know that. So the cool thing about this is we're storing additional data in the green highlighted areas. This is the additional data we're storing. Okay. So if I can come in here, I can type as much as I want and, come down here, do all of this. And now if I come in there, it still says, it's still associated with that space. Make sense? Yep. Okay, this is coming up. Do I need to, it looks like that's a bug in my, oh no, this is too early. Send it back. No, bring it, hey, come on, people, come on. It's your favorite section of the show. I don't like that at all. Got a tool window still up. I'm running. So the other piece that I don't like on this, but I've been thinking about it, I can't quite figure a way around it. So if I take this and cut it, this is not a thing I don't like. This is a thing I'm fine with. I like. There, I've cut it. I come back in, and the external data is there. This is actually kind of a remarkable achievement / hack, is what's going on here. Pudding said, you hate me, Rory? Did you?
It said you could hear me sighing in the background.
Hold on. Rory's mic is super sensitive today. Thanks for telling me. Talk again, Rory.
Testing. 1, 2, 3. Hello, everybody. Hello, chat room.
I'm turned it down a little bit, Weird Beard. Let's go look at also the controls for OBS. Look for Rory's mic. Give me some more tests, Rory.
Test.
If I drop
the chat room are awesome.
Actually, I'm going to increase it a little bit. Keep talking.
1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3. ABC.
How are we feeling on that? You like
test,
it higher?
Test.
Or do you like it lower?
Test. 1, 2, 3.
We'll put it in there.
C# is awesome. We should do C#.
C#. That's better. However, there's some sort of buzzing when Rory's mic engages.
Oh. So just around the edge of when I start, like a CB kind of thing.
That's not good, kids. How bad is it? Let's first of all come in here. Rory's input. Let's go take a look at Rory's mic. Where is it coming? It's coming directly from. It's continuous while Rory's mic is active.
Boop.
Let me see what I can do here. Well, I got a noise gate on him, but that's weird because I don't hear that noise. I'm not hearing any noise with Rory when he talks. It doesn't make sense that the noise is there going to help us. That only really is, I think, useful if you're not talking. That's why we're losing it.
That's
I think I
interesting.
gotta go bring in the.
Yeah.
Oh, I'm sure if you're hearing it, Weird Beard, other folks are hearing it as well. Let me give it a listen here. Can you give me some audio again, Rory?
Testing, testing. 1, 2, 3. Testing, testing. 1, 2, 3.
Okay, so that is significantly louder than mine. So let's maybe turn mine up a bit and turn Rory's down a little bit, like that. Then let's do another test on that. Hold on. Can I just click the edges of this to give it focus? All right, there we are. Give me some more audio, Rory.
Okay, testing. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. Test.
Still really loud.
It is
Super
quite
loud.
loud, yeah.
Coming out of there. Let's drop it down to here and see how that looks and sounds. One more time, my friend.
Testing, testing, testing. Testing, testing, testing. Testing, testing, testing.
I think it's better.
That was lower, yeah.
I think it's not bad. My audio still sounds a little low. I'm going to maybe bring it up here a little bit like that. Okay, let us know how that sounds to you, Weird Beard. Thanks for alerting us to that. That sounds better? Okay, great. That's great. So what did I do to fix it? I changed my inflation because this was going to give me back a rectangle like this, and I made it 20 by 8, and so that kind of solved the problem. The piece I was going to show you that I didn't like here is if I were to copy that and paste it, now we have a slight problem. And the reason we have a problem is that when I've copied essentially a unique GUID that goes to the data. And if I click here or click here, it's the same data right here. And which means if I come in and change it here, and I say like Rory is awesome, like this, and now I come up here, it's up there too, even though I think a lot of people would think, wait, this is something different. And I don't have a great way to fix this.
It's interesting though, because if you wanted to cut and paste, wouldn't you expect it to travel with it?
Yes.
And the cut operation really is no different to the copy, other than it removes the source. So I feel like you want two sets of functionality here, which are kind of competing with one another.
Yeah, I'm not really sure how to fix it or if I should worry about it. Right? We're kind of taking a slight step in edge case. Another way to fix it is to have a button over here that says, decouple from the other copied one.
Yeah, copy special, or for that matter, paste special, or something like that, which, as you say, disconnects from the original, regenerates that internal GUID.
Yeah, because the reason this is copying coming across here is that this highlight color is a unique highlight color. And when we copy it and paste it in, we get the same unique highlight color up here. Mm-hmm. That's what's going on. They are linked together. There's also, notice when I click from here to here, it thinks I'm in the same piece, so it doesn't readjust and point up there.
Yeah.
I have to click out of it and then click into it, and then it says, okay, now I'll point up there. So I don't like the effect that happens when I copy. I don't like that.
Yeah.
I wonder if we can duplicate. How did we get that to show up? Remember this was stuck?
Yeah, usually when I get that, it's because what happens is the tooltip shows up because you kind of hover over, that kind of logic. And then something else gets in the way so that you never actually cross the boundary of the object to, quote, leave it. You sort of hover by way of another object. It's usually quite difficult to reproduce initially, but then when you know the sort of sequence and the position of stuff, it becomes kind of obvious, but yeah.
So, okay. Oh, wait, here we go. We just did it. Oh, I think I know what happened this time. Let's see. We bring this up. We bring it right there. We show the hint, and then we need to bring it up higher. We show the hint there, and then we come in here. Nope.
Oh,
I thought that was
I
it.
expected that to work, yeah.
There, and then out. No. What about here and then drag it? Did I do it? I think I did it.
Yeah,
Okay.
I think
So that,
other things have reset it since, but yeah.
Yeah, so it's here, drag it out, and then, nope, dang. Drag it out, I've got the mouse out. It's going away when I come back in. Yeah, I don't know. Okay, so let's maybe bring up and we'll talk about the things that we kind of need, where we're going with this. I'm trying to put this inside of CodeRush. That's at least kind of where I'm focused on this. And I want to have buttons on this thing, and I've kind of got it something looking a little bit like this, where we have a button like this, and when we hit this button, it copies the code from the current file, the current file that's active in Visual Studio, over to here. So this is my starting code for the lesson. And then when I click on the Add Segment button, it then comes down and looks something like this, where I can specify a description. I've got a new segment in here, so this is going to be a new flow document. And the idea is that this starting code up here will, and the other piece is there'll be a button now added to the end of the starting code that says next step or next, something like that. And so if we hit this button, it'll copy this over and replace the contents of the active file with this. And this, by the way, is all associated with one particular file. So if I in order to create a new script, I have to have some sort of starting file open, I think, in Visual Studio. Anyway, when I create a new segment, it adds something on. So when I click this button to add segment, it'll add on a button down here. That'll then do what's called next, and it'll give us, we can type in a description, and then that will then put us down and create the next piece. And I've got these this kind of drag handle thing right here, where I want to be able to drag segments up and down if I want to reorder things, that sort of thing. I want to make it kind of easy. So this is kind of where I'm headed. I think I wasn't planning on doing this today, but now that we're here, I think that's what I'm going to do. At least we'll get kind of a we'll see if we can get a kind of a step closer in this space. I think.
So we're effectively going to enable people to build guided code examples, kind of by example, right? You're going to be in the code, you're going to be highlighting bits, and you're going to say, and now when they click this, I'd like the next bit to occur. Now let's set up the next bit. And
yeah, it's kind of like that.
That's cool.
It's kind of like that. We'll see. We'll see. It's like there's some tricky stuff, and it's like there's this balance of how much effort do I put into this versus what's the payback, right? Because this is not something that a lot of people will use, but it may be something that people will use that a lot of people will then use the product of it. And so ultimately, I just want to make it. I want to make it easy to create simple tutorials in Visual Studio, where we have some starting code, that we create some code, and this is going to be used to call out important parts of that code. So what'll happen is you'll be here and you'll hit like enter, and it'll take you down to the next one, and you'll hit enter, and it'll take you to the next one, and the next one, and you hit enter, and then you'll click the next button, which will be something to the effect of, next step or something like that. That makes sense?
It does.
Yeah. Okay. Weirdbeard says, I think this will go over really well in the learning and training community. Yeah, if we can get it good, one, good, two, freely accessible to everybody. What else do we need? Yeah, I guess that's close enough. It's got to be pretty effective. So in order to make this work, one of the things, this is kind of a technical detail. Rory kind of will understand this maybe more than other folks, but or if you're a CodeRush user, you'll understand it more. But to make some of this work, we're going to use CodeRush templates. But what I want to do is I want to add the ability to have what I'm calling file-based template overrides, or something like that. I say I'm calling it that. I'm really flexible on the naming, Rory. So if you got a better name, but I want to be able to say, here are some templates that are just for this lesson, only in this file. And that's kind of what I'm looking for. Pudding says, I'm just a wiggly being. Weirdbeard says, are you doing this as open source? No, I'm not doing it as open source. At least the final integration to CodeRush is not. This call out is open source right now. That's out there. But I'm not doing it open source partially because I want it inside integrated with Visual Studio, and the easiest way for me to do that is put that in CodeRush, and CodeRush is not open source at this time. It might be in the future. It's something that, I talked to, we've been, it's something we've discussed, but it is not our priority right now, so it's not open source right now. So that's it. However, it's likely if this becomes something we release, it will be free. So that means what it needs to run it, CodeRush will be free, and the training window will be free. So that's kind of that approach. At some point, it may be open source, but right now it's not. Part of the challenge in open source in CodeRush is I got a couple things that drive features that are licensed, and they're licensed they're not open source pieces. And so we can't release that code. So it makes making CodeRush open source more complex. We have to somehow switch the feature on or off, make it available or not, add some, intelligent detection in there, so the detection as to whether the feature is available or not maybe happens at runtime and not at compile time. WeirdBeardDev says, just spitballing. Could you create as a separate package that is open source and then have CodeRush integration that is closed? Kind of. The problem is
issues, though, doesn't it?
The problem is the tool window integration is right now. I'm following, the CodeRush way of doing the tool windows, and that would have to be pulled out, and any dependencies we'd have to figure that out. So right now I don't know the full answer to it, but I'm gonna let's do this. Let's see if over the course of working on this, if we can get to a point where it's useful. And if we can get it, it does. If it makes it a little trickier. But if we can get it so it's useful, and the callout integration is also it's very much in CodeRush, but the callout doesn't necessarily really have to be open source, right? I think what you're getting at, Weirdbeard, is the ability to kind of create this stuff and have control in this space and extend this, which I get what you're saying. I'm just like I'm at a point where I don't know. Right now, this is like we're in spike land right now, where I am spiking this. And so we don't have the resources to create something that's architecturally gorgeous in terms of allowing extensibility and things like that, really making a great design. Again, since we're in spike land, since I'm spiking this out, I propose, and I second, and I third the proposal that we get it. Let's get it useful first, and then let's discuss what we need to do. Let's see if we can make it kind of useful. Weirdbeard says, "Yep, I see a lot of people try to learn C# so they can make games. Something like this would be great for them." Yeah, let's see if we can get there. Let's see if we can make it. Because for me, the test of this is what I mean by useful is we come in and we want to create a lesson, and we've got some sample code that we've got in some various places, and we just start building the lesson pieces in, and then we see how quickly that takes to build a lesson and then run and test it. When I say test the lesson, I mean go into student learn mode and then go through it. And if we can get to there, and we can get that turnaround time in like 2 minutes, right, to create a lesson or something like that, then I'll be like, okay, I think we got something useful. If I can quickly create a lesson and then bundle that up as a project, give that to somebody else. Rory can open it up, or Weirdbeard, you can open it up, and you can now run that lesson, right? Then we're talking about something that is useful. Then we should be talking about open sourcing the editor, I think, talking about a better architecture, all of that. Okay, so I think what I'm going to do right now is I'm going to play around with the UI, modeling the UI that I've got in here. That's what I think. Now, I'm not in the tool window yet. I'm just in a standalone WPF app. But the work I do in here to make this kind of thing work is kind of similar to what I'd have to do inside of the tool window.
Mm-hmm.
I don't have a great sense of MVVM architecture and how it can help us here. In part because the flow document doesn't have MVVM support. Right? So all of this data that we're storing, what we've done is we've created save and loads, and we're using JSON serialization, right? And we've got something that basically will go from a flow document. Let me get those methods up on screen here. Let's see. No, well, this is part of it. These extension methods are part of it. Okay, so we've got a flow document builder that takes a script segment, and the script segment is our model. And the model looks like this. We created this last Thursday, I think. So It looks like this. It's got a bunch of paragraphs in it, script paragraph, got a bunch of script blocks in it. Script block looks like this. It's abstract. We can go look at descendant classes over here. And we've got 3 of them: script text, image, and highlight. So text just has a property for text, like that. Let's go back. This is only going to let us go up. Fine. And then we go back down. Image has got a file name and image details. This is the other thing that makes this tricky. I want to be able to have, I want to ship images that we want to use in every single, that are going to be very useful in many different scenarios. So like one of the imaging capabilities that we have here, let's open up one of the sample solution I have. Here it is, right here. Coder's just loading here, so it's not come up yet. I'm looking at the menu to see when that, there it is, pops up. There we go. Okay. So one of the images we have is this arrow down image right here.
Yeah.
And the cool thing about these images is these images are actually coming in at pretty high resolution. And the reason they are is we want them to look good on 4K monitors if we zoom in. And if you notice, if we zoom in on this image, right, we're really close, and it still is nice and sharp in terms of its detail right there. Right. So so what's cool is I want to have, you know, something that allows me to put these buttons into the code, right? So you can put images into the code. Right? That's what we want to do. So popping images in the code is something that is another piece that we want to be able to do. I'm wondering now if we should add that ability instead of going this other way. In this space here around the editor, there's maybe another row of buttons that are just for this segment. That'll add things in like drop downs for the images. Let's copy this.
You're also going to need to have, unless, because at the moment the image is effectively commented instructions saying put the image here, right? If you don't insert it that way, then you're going to need something else to suggest its actual location. So yes, a button to add it, certainly, but you'll need to then say, oh, well, yeah, but at these coordinates.
Well, it's going to be at wherever the active caret position is. So if I'm here and I click there, it'll put the image in right there. That's kind of the idea. Does that make sense?
So you'll need a line of text above, but then you would have anyway for the comment purposes. That's kind of how that would have been. So you position your caret where you want it to go. You tap the button, and yeah, okay.
Yeah, there's got to be a comment in there is where it's got to be. There's got to be something like that. Okay, so I'm not going to do that
so
now.
it's kind of a rich comment mini menu, like when you highlight stuff in Word and you get the options for bold and italics and stuff like that.
Yeah, you're talking about the toolbar across here, right?
Yeah. So you click in a comment, or you position up there, and if there's no comment, obviously it gives you the ability to put the comment in there. If you're already in the comment, it allows you a palette of things to add.
Yeah, I think so. Load image. So, yeah. Well, you know what? Now you've got me intrigued. Let's work on that. So images are only enabled if you're in a comment, right? Yeah. So what that means is we now feels like we need to write some code that determines if we're in a comment or not. The problem is, though, I want this to be available and work for more than just C#, which means we need flexible commenting is what we need. And the cool thing is, though, we only need to worry about single line commenting.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so what that means then, let's see. What about wrapping? I haven't really thought about wrapping. We kind of need to turn wrapping off, but it's not. We've got a couple problems here. Let's maybe look at, I think I've got an issues page here somewhere. Nope. Hey! Don't mind me.
Surly is in the house.
Don't mind me, Surly. All right, so issues. We don't want to wrap text. Flow document. That seems to mean we need a. Well, yeah, we need a scroll. We need some kind of scroll viewer, I think. Are you going to Triple DSW next month?
I was just I was just looking into that. I had no idea it was on until Surly mentioned it. So thanks, Surly. That's really good. Looks, I might do actually. Yeah, that sounds like it'd be fun. I haven't arranged anything yet, but yeah, that could be interesting. I do enjoy those things, and I'm assuming that's like an in-person event, which I've not been to now in what feels like years. So that'd be interesting.
We need some kind of scroll viewer to contain a flow document with the width set wide enough so there's no wrapping. There may be a setting. But I don't know. I just think they'd be like, no, there's not. Why would we make that, Mark? Don't even look for that. It's in person! It's in person! That means you should go.
Meet real people?
Fred, who should go? Who you pointing at? Is that Rory? You pointing at Rory right there? Yes?
I'm not sure I remember how to interact with real people. It's been a long time.
Yeah, those are real people out there. Okay, so we don't want to wrap text in the flow document. I think I'm going to come back to this. Okay. I think I'm going to go after the comment thing. So we're just going to go moving around, see if we can find comments. A paragraph that starts with this, and if the comment's available, then we want to kind of enable some sort of button or something up on the up in this space. I'm going to delete the copy right there, but I'm going to keep the rest. I'm going to hit save model like that, and I think I'm going to close. Maybe not. Maybe we can do this all using edit and continue. We need to add a button. Oh, but we need a name button. So let's go ahead and name it. Let's get the button on there. Document editor sandbox. So I think I was doing, showing how everything was looking right here. There's script block.
Yeah.
decoders can show me help me get to the. It's not base types. I want to go to descendant derived types. Highlight is the other piece. Got the highlight color and the data. So that's what the model looks like. And then we have the ability to go back and forth between the model and the flow document and the flow document and the model. And that is happening through this call. One of the methods is here. The flow document builder has got something called create flow document, accepts a script segment.
Yep.
And that builds it that direction. The other piece is, I think, called a script segment builder, is what I think. Let's see if we can find something that looks like that. Script segment builder, there it is right there. And this is what it looks like. So create script segment from the flow document. It just goes in there, and I don't remember all the details of what we wrote, but it's basically going in saying, hey, are we an image? Is it a inline UI container? Does it have an image? If it does, then let's get the data out of it. We're calling decode image details, and all that is doing is looking for a colon that's going to separate a file name from the additional data, because we need to store the file name inside of the tooltip. So this is kind of the workaround that we did. Oh no, look out! Get these drones out of here! Get them out of here! Have some respect for the growing plant right there. Come on! It's gonna be a beautiful, beautiful new
Copper Beardy is in the house.
sunflower. Hey, Copper Beardy, welcome, my friend. Copper Beardy is in the house. Welcome, welcome. So that's encode image details. All right. So now what we want to do is I think I want to go to. I have a descendant. I think of the flow document. Is that right? Or is it a descendant of the text box, the rich text box? Yeah, so in my main window, let's go look at the descendant. I think I want to create an event that fires when we move into a comment or move out of a comment. That's what I think I want to do. That's where I want to spend my time. So, start at the main window. TBX callout, this is the guy. No, that's not the guy. Hold on, it's the other TBX. I feel like I should be able to just look up. There it is right there. Script segment editor. All right, here's the code. This is what I want to change. I think I've got an on selection change event in here that I'm hooking.
I saw an on highlight changed.
What'd you say?
I saw an on highlight changed a little further up. Was that what you were maybe thinking? Or is that something different?
But that is triggered by, it's triggered in a place close to selection change. That's what I was looking for right there. So I guess I'm going to say check line commenting. And we'll make this flexible. I think I'm going to start off by just having C# support, but we'll add support for flexible commenting. All we need to really know is we need what the leading comment delimiter is. Because we just, except for that won't work in, it doesn't work in HTML. Because HTML only has, and I think XAML as well, or XML.
Yeah,
they have
XML.
Paired.
They only have
comments.
the multi-line, so the paired.
They're going, oh, what if I swat them? I got some of them. Ha ha ha. You'll never beat me, Surly. You'll never. I destroyed some of your drones. Oh, yeah, I'm going to get these guys right here. Ah, I got them. Ha ha ha, Surly. Now what are you going to do? Now what are you going to do? Just come over here a little bit, right in front of me. Come over here. A little bit more. A little bit more. A little bit more. There you go. That was good. Right, Fred? what we're talking about. So check line commenting. Okay, so we need get active highlight good. What's it doing? We need something like this text range. We need to go from a text range. I kind of want, let's just go here and change it and see if end is equal to start. It should be. And let's just start with that simple premise. Oh, look at these beautiful flowers. Okay, so I'm going to click right in here. And now at this point, what's text? Now, what if I do this? Is it going to have like a length? Is empty is true.
That feels like it can only be the case if you have 2 points that are the same.
No selection. That's my assumption here.
Mm-hmm.
Let's run it. Let's change my breakpoint to there. And let's click. I click down. I'm going to let go of the mouse, and I'm going to, well, I can't really. Wait, let's do this. Let's shift click.
Are we looking to
Okay.
do this specifically in sort of the context of a text range, or can we just access selection? Does selection itself have it as empty?
Oh, that's a really interesting idea. Let's see what we got. Wait, I want to get the trigger the breakpoint by just clicking here. There we go. All right, so yes, that confirms whether the selection is empty or not. Okay. That looks good. Next, I want to say if selection is empty, now then I want to go get the paragraph at that point. So I think I don't know of a way to do that at this point. If chat's
Sort of
out there and you
talking
want,
about an enclosing paragraph, essentially.
yeah, that's
or
what
a
I want to
parent
do.
paragraph.
Yeah, so I'm going to say get parent paragraph, I guess. I think we're going to have to build this ourselves by going through all of the blocks in the flow document.
Yeah.
Like that, and I want to send it.
So are the blocks sort of discrete different pieces? So if you started just the phrase "Hello World," that's a block. If, however, you bold the middle characters of that, you've now broken it into 3 blocks, the middle piece of which has some bolding. Is that kind of how that works?
Yeah, but it's all in one paragraph, though. Does that make
Sure. So
sense?
there's something then above that block that indicates these are all part of the same paragraph, essentially.
Yes, that's right.
Okay.
So I want to go through all the blocks inside of this is what I want to do. I think I already have code that does this, that kind of does something similar to this inside of here. I'm just going to, here we go. Here we go. I think we're going to start with this code to find that.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm looking for something like this. Hey, if paragraph dot contains, well, I was hopeful. If paragraph dot maybe start, element start. If the element start is less than or equal to selection start, or I'm sorry, to start, maybe we'll rename this to pointer.
Yep.
That's not, I don't get comparisons there. Element start dot start. Maybe I'm not understanding. Get line start position. I'm not sure I want to go to start I may have to ask the internet for help on this. I was thinking maybe I could get it through a good friend IntelliSense, but I'm not seeing it. WPF flow document get paragraph at caret. You really didn't see? Oh, yeah, I said get paragraph. Right there. Let's try this. Really? Not getting help there. If I change this to cursor. If I said get the active paragraph. I'm about to give up here. Go back to IntelliSense. I'm going to go fight with IntelliSense. All right. By the way, kids, I'm not sure if we've told you this or not, but the show is sponsored by...
Force and ignorance.
right? That's one of our sponsors. The other sponsor is, of course...
It compiles. Let's ship it.
I'm about to give up over here. Get all paragraphs from selected text. Well, this could help. Oh, it's in this space. I hate this. We're not going to do this. What? No, no, no. That's not helpful to me, I think. Okay, I'm out. We're coming back over here. We're going to get right to here. We're going to just IntelliSense it. Come down here. Let's throw a new exception. So we're going to get out here just so we get everything to compile because we're in edit and continue. Okay, let's come up here. What? I hit F10. It looks like it reset it. Oh, because it executed the exception. It didn't change the location. All right, fine. Here. Okay. Let's set a breakpoint here. Okay. And so we have a paragraph. Let's see what its properties are. One of the things that's kind of crazy about pointers, there's no actual number on it.
Okay.
So there's just document start, document enter are also text pointers. Is that insertion? Is that line start position?
Right. So perhaps it's less because the notion of location, position, sort of absolute position, is usually relative to a parent. So sometimes the parent contains the knowledge of where it is relative to its siblings.
This child knows
Direct
where its
paragraph.
parent is. You see that?
That's good. That'll do.
Okay. That's our new code.
That simplifies things a little.
That may explain why the internet didn't have it. Yeah, it doesn't like that I changed the executing piece here. I'm going to just kill the app, bring it back down, drag this over some other place where it's stops blocking our view. Okay, so there's our paragraph. Now we want to get the text of the paragraph. That I think we might benefit us to put that in an extension method. There might be a get text in here. No. No. All right, so let's create an extension method for paragraph that gets us that. Okay. All right, so to get the text, we need to come in here and we need to say paragraph, whoops, paragraph dot inlines. There they are. Do for each on that. For each inline inside of there, we want to then check to see, hey, if inline is a run, then we want to come down here, and I guess we could create a new string builder. That's going to be our result. If it's a run, we're going to say result append run.text, like that.
Okay,
I think
so
they're...
abstractly, what's an inline and a run? Is a run just a sequence of characters?
Yeah.
And they're broken into inlines, which are, I don't know.
Well,
Why don't you
inlines are the
describe
things
that?
that can be in a paragraph. An inline can also be a UI element folder container,
Oh, okay.
right?
Okay, so an inline might contain a picture, or it might contain a sequence of characters.
Yeah.
Having narrowed down to the run, that's the thing we believe to be a sequence of characters.
Hold on one second. It could also be a bold, I think.
Ah,
And I'm not sure bold has a text. I don't think it does. I think bold then what does it have? Inlines? Yeah.
and that contain inlines as well. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
So it's nesting.
Yeah. So these are the bold inlines right here.
So
I
what
think
we
what we
really
want to
need is
do
a
is
thing that gets text from an inline, and then we can call it from itself recursively as needed.
yeah, I agree. So I think it goes like this. So we're going to say get text from inline, like that. We're going to pass in the results string builder on there. Is that true, or we're going to add it to it? Maybe we're going to come in. Yeah, I think we're going to do this. We're going to call add text from inline, like that is what we'll call this. We're going to pass in the inline, like that. And
whilst you
think
can do it either
that's
way,
it.
this is probably more efficient because it means you're not declaring a new string builder with every depth level that you go to. You're just
Right.
passing the old one by reference in.
Right. Shoot. Okay, so let's try this. Okay, if it's run, if it's bold, then we're going to go through each bold inline like this. Like this, and then we're going to say add text from inline. Result bold inline. And if
Can't
it's
quite
not,
tell. Oh yeah, you got the bold inlines. That's fine.
and I think that's all we really need for this. So that's get text. So now get text is not being used yet. So now let's make it useful. I think we want to do this too. If it's null, then we want to get out. Wait, Sorley says, that's weird. The BFI overlay knocked my drones behind you. What's the BFI overlay? And Fred.
That's an interesting point. Don't the drones usually show up in front of you? That's where you
Oh,
were able
you're
to spot
right.
them earlier.
And ignorance.
Or at least they were on some, and they may not be on
That's
all.
the BFI.
Oh, brute force and ignorance. That's the BFI. I gotcha. Interesting. It looks like it needs a refresh, too.
They look a bit frozen.
Let's try a refresh. Huh. No, I don't think it needs a refresh. They look frozen. They're just not moving.
Oh yeah, it shows up better on the light background there.
You can see those guys right there. I'll just hit the dock command here. We'll go dock those guys in. Yeah, that's still working. It frozen because Surly is modding the bots. How do you know that, Fred? Like, what kind of secrets are you going to share with us? Like, what's... Stream Deck just died again. Come on, Stream Deck. Can't wait for software updates. That's the problem with being bleeding edge.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. We need a Boolean state variable to tell us whether we're in a comment or not. Because I'm really surly. It's impossible.
I was going to say that that's an ambiguous statement.
Not the state. Well, good to know. In comment. So I think if it's null, then before we get out, we want to say, hey, if we're in a comment, then I want to say...
Hang on. Can we be in a comment if the paragraph is null?
Well, we were. And we just clicked in a new paragraph.
Oh, okay.
I'm thinking something like this. Change in comment state, like that. Then we'll say, hey, if... well, I can get rid of one of my ifs in here, but if new value is equal to in comment, then there's no change, and we'll return, otherwise we're going to trigger an event. Okay, that's what that looks like.
Mm-hmm.
Here, I can get rid of this check and just simply come in, make this simple, get rid of 3 lines of code there. Actually, we know who Surly really is. Surly's real identity. What? I can't stop myself. Okay. Surly scares me. I want to say that right now. He probably scare me even more if he comes out from right behind the curtain. He's like, hello, Miller. All right, so we're going to change our in comment state. Maybe just say set in comment state like that. Not necessarily change. So if it's null, good, fine. Otherwise, we're going to come down and we're going to say paragraph.text. Get text, I think is what we called it. Was it not public?
I thought it was... Oh, yeah, no, not yet.
Okay. Get text, like that. Let's give us some text right there. That would not surprise me in the least. Surly says, hey, is sex positive? Are you around? I'm not sure if she is or not. Let's see. I'll text her. I've been getting like a preponderance of spam from people. Are you around? Surly wants to know.
Surly's planning to sneak himself into the house so he can pop out from behind the curtain and scare you.
It's not going to be good at all. There's the text. Now what we want to do is say, hey, if text dot starts with comment delimiter, we're going to support only leading comment delimiters for now. Leading comment delimiter. We're going to do that. Then we're going to say, well, we're just going to say set in comment state and do that. Passing in this. Okay, and I think that's it. Leading comment delimiter. We're going to go declare that. Maybe as... I don't think we need it to be a dependency property. I think we can just do this. Whoops, I meant to say AB. Or auto-implemented property of type bool. What? Oh, did I get something extra hooked in here? Hold on. There we go. Leading comment delimiter, and let's initialize that for now, at least to that. And let's not do AB. Let's do a AS for string. Okay, so now we're here. There's our to-do. So we can set a breakpoint a little easier. Let's do that. Ignore the man behind the curtain. It's not surly. Honest. I had to check.
Yes,
not
it's
there.
definitely worth checking.
He's not there. Okay. So there's our trigger the event. Let's go see if we get the event triggered as we move in and out. Get parent paragraph. This we don't need anymore.
No.
And let's run it. Okay. There. Oh, nice. So as soon as I hit the second slash,
Mm-hmm.
we get in and we are now in a comment. So now, whoops, I forgot to do this. New value. Right, ask Mark to tell you about how Surly punked him and Gia. Oh, give me the link. I'll show that.
Okay.
Here's the context, by the way. There it is. There's the link right there. So the context is Gia comes back from school and she hears that Dad was like, you know, not on his best behavior at school pickup. I was not happy with some of the other kids at the school. And so she says, are you muted? And I go, you let me mute. So I mute. She tells me what's going on, asks me if I did in fact jump on another car. And I said, no, but I wanted to, but I didn't jump into somebody else's car, jumping through the window to yell at the kids. But at any rate, then Surly starts typing in the chat room furiously, all uppercase, Mark, we can hear you. You're not muted. Mark! We can hear you. Oh, I was not muted, really? That's remarkable. Wait, I've got the mute here. 1, 2... Notice he says,
Yeah.
kidding. She's not happy. A little out of control. That's it. I love the furious finger wagging. Yeah. That's from Gia. Gia's got a fanfare. It looks like this. That's
Nice.
Gia. That's Gia right there. I can't tell. Is music playing or not?
Not currently. Is now.
Okay. All right. So now we have this. Let's run it. And we've got our breakpoint. Now we move over here. Everything should be good. We bold this. Everything should still be good. We hit enter. It should say we're no longer in the paragraph. Cool. The new value is false.
Yeah.
And we're there. We move up. And we're back in. Sweet. So now, I agree. Good. Let's create an event for this.
I got an event for you. Co-host leaves.
That's what goes on in my brain whenever that happens. Roy, thanks so much for hanging out with us today.
My pleasure, my friend. Anytime, and I certainly will be back with you tomorrow at the same time.
It's a shame we don't know about DDD Southwest. We could have convinced Mark to submit a proposal to talk.
That'd be
Yeah, it's too bad. Copperbeardy says goodbye. I would do that too. I just have not got my, things in gear on that. Maybe when I come back, I'm going to go to the States. I'm going to take a break, by the way. Well, Roy, we'll say goodbye to you, and I'll tell everybody about my upcoming
Indeed.
break.
Have a good one, my friend. I will
right,
catch you the same time tomorrow.
All right, see you tomorrow, buddy.
Bye.
So let's see. Bye, Rory. I'm going to take a break. I'm going to the States. So I'm in Spain now, but I need to get like a Spanish visa. And to do that, it's going to take some jumping around the States to get a bunch of stuff done. My plan is to go to the States end of June. End of June. So then July, and I'll be there through August at least. So at least 2 months in the States seems highly likely, while I try to get my Spanish visa so I can come back and live here legally. And once I'm living here legally, well, you know, certainly happy to go speak at events locally. If you guys know of any events you want me to speak at, want me to come at, let me know, and I will apply to them. I'm like not quite wrapping my head around it yet, but I will do that when I get back as well. I'll be looking at calls for papers, things like that. I'm looking at this routed event here. Maybe I'll just create my own new one. There's a template in Coders called REV that looks like that. And yeah, I think we'll do this. In comment changed. Is that true? Or do I want to make it entered comment and exited? Comment entered? Comment entered. We'll create two different events. Comment entered event, like that. And it'll be routed event handler, like that. Oh, do I want preview? No, I don't. I'm going to undo this a second. There's another template with a comma after it that does a shorter version of it, like that. All right, so we'll call this comment entered, like that. All right, there's one. And the next one's going to be comment exited. Comment exited. Okay, then we want to trigger each of these down inside of our comment, set comment change. If in comment, then we're going to say on comment entered. Otherwise, we're going to say on, come on, if I can get there, on comment exited, like that. There's our event triggering. Let's flip that around a bit. And what's my problem here? It's totally assigned to. This is old. This is an old message, I think. Let's rebuild. Build succeeded. Okay. Seriously! Who let this thing in the studio? Get out of here! Jetsam!
He's in the house.
Bring Roy back. Start over. Yeah, we're a little stuck on that one. We can't really... This is the closest you get. That's the closest you're going to get. But glad you're with us, Jetsam. Thanks for stopping by. Okay, so now we've got these events. Sweet. The build, I think, worked. Let's go back over to our main window. And let's go click on our script segment editor and see if we got those events now. Comment entered. New event handler. And then comment exited. New event handler. And then let's come down in here. And I want to create like the toolbar. We'll just kind of move this down a little bit. Nope. Oh wait, this is a, I can't move it down. I need to put something above it. Here's the toolbar right here. We'll do, I'll make it a button and we'll call it the toolbar button, something like that. And call this toolbar. Just like that. Give it a margin of about 4, maybe 20. Maybe 20 only on the top. Well, wait, 20 on the left, 20 on the top, 20 on the right, and 0 on the bottom. Okay. And give it a height of maybe 60. Maybe a height of 35. Okay. There's my toolbar. And what I want to do is, when I'm in a comment, I want to make this toolbar be visible. And when I'm out of the comment, I want to make it hidden. All right, let's run it and see if that works. Let's load the model. There's the comment. On comment entered, it thinks it's highlight changed event args. What happened up above in what I built? That doesn't make sense to me. I'm not getting this at all. Is it that I have... Oh, look. That's not good. I'm kind of confused about this because this is... What's going on here with the highlighted one? Where's the reference here? Where's this reference showing up? Yeah, I don't understand this. Why did Visual Studio add these here and here? Trust Codes rating with a party of 55. Thanks for the raid, Trust Codes. I'm just like, driving in my car here, trying to write some code here, trying to figure out why Visual Studio created these highlight change event args. Don't quite understand that. So welcome everybody. Building Bedrock Layout says this stream is so chaotic. I love it. It's not bad. I want to just take things down a notch or two right now though, and Justin just clicked on party 10, and it didn't trigger. All right. Did you say take it down or get down? You know what I think happened is we were on the other one and
Crash!
Oh look, it's Oscar! Hey everybody, it's Oscar the... Ah! 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 Need to reschedule my therapy appointment for now. Right now. I'm not sure what happened here. We double-clicked in Visual Studio. It generated the event args with the wrong event args on them here. And I'm not seeing how it knows to do it, is I guess what I'm trying to find. We're working in WPF, by the way. We're working on, just to give you big context, we're doing a spike for an idea to create interactive training inside Visual Studio. And so to do that, we want to take a flow document, and we want to be able to encode data inside the flow document. And the flow document is going to represent the steps of the training, the interactive training. And then what's going to happen is we're going to run the interactive training, and it's going to actually give us the first part of it. And we're going to click a button in Visual Studio, and then it'll give us the next part. Kind of like this, where I can like be inside Visual Studio, and I can click here, and then it can say, here, let me explain what's happening here, and you just press enter, and it kind of takes you from piece to piece, explaining what's happening in the tutorial, like that. And then that's the step 1, and then step 2. So we're trying to create something that can build what we're seeing, this interactive training, very quickly, very efficiently, that sort of thing. That's what we're looking at. These errors are appearing inside the code here because I'm skipping ahead. There's earlier steps that we didn't do, but just to demonstrate. So we're trying to create something that can make this happen quickly. That's what we're trying to do. And just to see what that's like. So that's the spike we're working on. That's the big picture. In the small picture, right now we've added 2 new events, and when we double click them to create them, it put the wrong event args. Visual Studio put the wrong event args, so it must be something wrong in our declaration. And I'm looking at the declaration and I'm not seeing, how is it knowing to grab the highlight changed event args? What is in our code that's telling us how to do that? So let's go see if we can figure it out. Part of the problem is I'm not seeing all the code on the line here. So we look at the highlight text activated event. Yeah, there's nothing really inside of it. It's just got routed event handler. Oh, there's my problem. Okay, let's rename this to highlighted event handler, like that. All right, that's better. It looks like, I think I understand what happened here. Let's go in here. We want all of these to go back to routed event handlers, is what we want. Let me copy it to the clipboard first, then we'll do a search and replace through this space. Like that. All right, take that and replace it back with routed. Interesting, so when I built the other one, I didn't rename it after I created the custom one. And doing only in that selection. Okay. Now, rebuild. Then we want to get to Windows XAML. Actually, here we want to kill these events and regenerate them. Make sure they're generated correctly. Zoom in a bit more so it's a little easier to read. How's everybody doing? How was your stream? This selection 1 changed 1. Interesting. Where's my problem with that? Oh, wait. Did I grab the wrong one? I think I did. Yeah, selection change isn't the one. It's comment entered I want to take care of right here. right there. Okay, new event handler for that. New event handler for this one. Okay, let's go take a look. There they are. Oops. Okay, when we exit, so now we're just testing to see if it can see if we're inside a comment or not, because I want to have certain options available when we're in a comment. CodeRush has the ability to put pictures in comments. So if we're in a comment in the flow document, I want to be able to have buttons that allow me to stick pictures in at that point, including loading a custom picture up from disk, something like that. All right, so let's run it. And so the test now of the code we've just written is, oh, you're right, Surly. I got to create Overkill Productions fanfare. Let's load the model. All right, there's the model. Now here's the comment. When I click on it, when I click out here, I guess that's in, out. There we go. We just have to turn that toolbar off to begin with. But yes, it looks like it works. So if I'm moving through, I'm in the comments. Now I'm going to enable or make visible all of my toolbar buttons for working with comments. And then other things can happen as I'm, in other places. Okay. You post some of your projects on GitHub. I do. Give me a second to get you like something out there. I'll show you some of the things that we've done out here. This is so one of the cool ones that I've got out here. So it's out. I'll put the link out in the out here in the Noobtacular. What a great name. There's one of the ones we created, Sheets Persist, which is object logging and persistence for Google Spreadsheets, to Google Sheets, which is very cool. So you can have logs that are kind of rich in detail and use all of the power of the spreadsheet to analyze data in your logs. Things like determining time differences or number totals, averages, things like that. Is that Twin Dota for the follow? Thanks for the follow. Appreciate it. Yeah, you just go out to Miller Mark. You can take a look at some of the other things. Another piece that we did that's pretty cool out there is the call out somewhere in there. Ultimate call out, we called it. So that's out here as well. Also, I do stuff with Science of Great Design, and so the Highlight Explorer's out there for figuring out what's the best color to have as the background and the foreground for text that you want to display. Feedback Loop Explorers from my course on Great Design. So there are things out there, yeah. This piece isn't checked in yet. This piece that I'm working on now is not checked in yet. So that's kind of just where we are. It's just kind of a spike I'm working on locally on the machine. In the spike, you can see we've got images in the flow document. Images have embedded data that you're seeing in a tooltip. So we've kind of worked out ways to embed data into both images and to highlighting. So that highlighting can have that additional data with it. So when we click on it, this shows up. This is our ultimate call out right here that we built. And then we can edit it right here. First thing you need to look at, we can call this the second thing, like that. Second thing, and then if we come in and bring there you can see the update there. All right, no worries at all. Okay, so now we know when we're in a comment, now we know when we're outside of a comment, so that part is good. Next, I think I'm gonna, Surly says it's a bit quiet right now. Feel free to come and tell us what you'd expect from the Discord community. Says Surly, that's true. What do I want to do? I want to go here. And I talk about the next piece, which is this is eventually going to go inside a tool window in Visual Studio. And I kind of want to do, I need like, I think a user control. That's what I think I need. It's going to have all of this stuff in it. And so this is representing a button that allows me to put a down arrow in the code, something like that. Similar to what we saw over here when I clicked the button the first time, right there, that down arrow, right there. So that's kind of the idea, to be able to put an arrow in the comments, pointing in some direction, that sort of thing. Okay. So, all right, let's do this. Let's try and create a user control for this. At least we'll get it started. I'm going to call it script segment. The SGUI.com doesn't use HTTPS. Hey, Karen. You got a message? You want to say hi to Surly?
Hi, Surly.
Surly, she's here. Ladies and gentlemen. This is how Karen first. She sprayed her musk on me.
Sex positive is in the house.
Sex positive is in the house. Surly says hi, Karen. Watch out for that pigeon. That's not a pigeon.
It's a peacock.
It's a turkey. Oh no, it's a peacock. Oh, sorry.
So a little bit.
No,
It's like
the cameras are only. We can't hear Karen. We're muted. Why are we muted? Check. You can't be muted. Someone dead. It's back now, though, right? Oh no, wait. For real. Check, 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 check. Hold on a second. We got something playing. Hold on. Check, check. Am I muted? That was my... We could hear Mark, not Karen. That's remarkable. So you couldn't hear Karen. We can hear you now. Wait, can you hear Karen now?
Can you hear me now?
That's amazing. If it's only taking sound from one direction, the inside. Here, you want to do it? No mic picked up Karen's voice. We can hear you.
Okay, wait. No, you put it on your head. Oh. Okay. Okay, hey kids, it's me. So now can you hear me? Like, if you can comment, that would be awesome. Okay, so the reason why you haven't seen me is what I'm saying is because now we have changed to a non-disclosed location. And this is broadcasting from what is literally like a weird lair. He is down on a bottom floor of our house that you take an elevator to. And then when you walk in, it's this crazy setup that actually, I don't know why I'm even saying this because you guys probably all have the exact same thing. I'm the odd man out. I'll see myself out. Here we go.
This is what everybody's office looks like.
I know, it's so
All right. Wait, Weird Beard Deb says hi too. Weird Beard Deb, I'll give you a stand too. That's him right there. That's Weird Beard Deb. All right. Oh, you want to see Surly's? I don't think you've seen Surly's fanfare. It's slightly adjusted. Hold on. Here's Surly's. You got to get kind of close. We're going to go on a
Surly Dad.
on a pumpkin ride.
In the house.
Help! Help! All right, and that's Surly's. All right. Surly's just a scary guy, and pumpkins are scary, right? They make sense. Get out of here! Get out of here! Wait! Sprinkles just walked by. That's Sprinkles. Okay.
What?
Do you want to pull up a chair?
I'm like
Be
your
my
backup
buddy?
dancer.
Be my backup dancer? Well, wait. If you're going to be my backup dancer, hold on a second. This is way better than when I dance by myself. Everybody thinks I've got a problem. They're like, do you dance? And I go, yeah. Do you dance like alone? And I'm like, yeah, I do. I dance alone. All right. All right. That's Karen. Pudding says hi, by the way. Hola. Yeah, I finally got a dancing partner. All right. What are we doing? We've got this. I don't think I'm going to work with the grid. I kind of like working with stack panels. I think I'm going to starting to run into problems here. By using the local namespace here, I want to see what I did in my main window. I'm worried that it's going to mean there's a lot more changes. Yeah, see, I've got this the script segment editor here. We're going to need to start pulling stuff out, or at least giving it very distinct namespaces here. Script segment editor. Let's go in here. Let's change the namespace here to call it training. Is it enough to simply say training? Highlight data manager. Just see what sort of trouble I get into here. Build that. What do we got? I think this training is going to change to another namespace later as well, but I want to just get it kind of started. All right, what do we got here? Highly routed, highly evented handler. That's going to be in training. 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 Script block. Script text. Training. How are we doing? Image encoder? What's going on here? Oh, right. Training. Let's build again, see how we do. Still got a number of errors. Let's go find that guy. Laughing Ninja. Following. Thanks for that follow. What do we have here? Script segment builder. That's going to training. Okay. So now our main window can come up here and we can say, okay, we're going to reference training. Like that. Let's do another build. How are we doing? Close. All right, good. So this, I think now what I want to do, just kind of, I want to create a second project right now to organize this and move everything from training over there. I guess I won't do it yet, but I'm going to do this right there. So we'll have that. I'm going to rename local to training like that. How are we doing now? Got 2 script segments all of a sudden. No. Okay, this looks like not the right error we want to look at. Is that our first error? It's our first error. What I don't understand is why does it think there's still a document editor sandbox script segment? You go look for script segment. Oh no, wait, there are 2. I named the user control the same name as a class I was already using. Okay, so let's delete the user control and create a new user control. We'll call it script segment editor. That's what I want to delete. That, whoops, that right there. All right, one more time. Let's build it now. Fix the build errors before we get in. I think that's going to be in training. Okay, what other errors do we have? Training. We just need to use training here. Oh no, we were in training. Can't find get text. Get text should be in our extension methods. Oh, it's not changed over to training yet. I'm going to change to the new syntax as I see that. Okay, build again. Okay, build again. Oh, here. Okay, build again. Okay, succeeded. Got some non-nullable properties pieces in warnings. What else do we have? Those warnings I'm not worried about because I'm linking into source code that's built for the option being turned off in that project. So these will all go away. All of these will go away. Okay. Next, let's add that user control. Script segment editor. And this guy, I think I want to also change to the training. What's my problem here? Okay. Okay. All right. I've naming collision twice. I can't call it a script segment editor either. At least not yet. Let's delete that and come back over build again. All right, let's go. All right, I'm going to call it a script segment control. No collision here. There it is. We did it. Change this to training. Cody Girl, you made it back. Go look at the code. Thanks so much, Coding Gorilla. That's Coding Gorilla. Jen says, good evening, all. Good evening, Jens. Am I pronouncing your name right? Is it Jan? Jen? Let me know. We're getting double fanfares now? Not getting double fanfares. Jens. I think I got it. Is it Jens? Let me know if I got that right. No, we're not doing double fanfares, Pudding. Pudding is a little, you know, I got to tell you, he's kind of into his fanfare, and nobody likes it. Nobody likes Pudding's fanfare because, wait, move that out of here. Move that. Get that. What's happening to my show? Hey. Hey. I don't think it's pronounced differently in any other part of the world. What do you mean nobody likes it? Roy loves it. Roy loves it. All right, I'm gonna go take a walk for a second. Give me a second. I'm just gonna take a walk. Gotta clear my mind. I need to take a walk. Okay, everybody be calm. I'll be right back. Gotta think about the code and the what the. This is not a peaceful walk. Oh my goodness. It's all right. Ah! It's a peaceful walk. A peaceful walk, that's all we're doing. Yeah. Okay, so we've got our script segment control now on top of here. That looks good. Now let's come in here and change this to like a stack panel, I think. I don't think it needs a name. Vertically oriented stack panel. Inside of that, I want to have a local. Oops, nope, hold on. Let's give it a training and give it the word training here. We're going to go to training. Script segment editor is inside of that. Is that it? That's it. Okay, what else do we need? We need description text, a grabber so we can drag things up and down. That's what we want to do. Maybe I don't want to have a grabber. Maybe I want to have buttons, but we'll do something along these lines. So we'll need to have a stack panel across the top. And that's going to be horizontal. Jens says, nice effects. Thanks, Jens. Thanks, Jens. Inside here, we want a text block, which is going to say description. Then we want a text box, which is going to be called TBX description. Like that. And I just kind of want to zoom in on this. Yeah, you kind of see that there. But why is the background dark? Is it because that's the nature of the control? There we go. All right, so I'll just hard code that for now. There's my description. I think we can throw a margin around this. And I'm just, well, And the width of this, and then we want to have our button, our drag button kind of thing, this guy. I think I'm just going to copy this and paste it in over here. And let's set the width and height, or set the height maybe to 30. Let's give it a margin of 4. Let's drop the height down to 20. I think that's okay. It's not bad. It's not all the way out on the right here, but I can work on the layout and positioning of that in a bit. So there's my description. That's step 1 here. That's this line right here. Then I want a drop down to select the image. I think I actually created something in here that I was testing. Was it in this solution or a different one? Looks like it was in a different solution. Oh wait. It was this guy, the button toolbar. Sweet. Let's change this over to training. And let's actually put the button toolbar inside of our script segment control. That's going to be on the next line. So we've got this stack panel up here and another stack panel here. There's the button toolbar. What's my problem here? Go to build. There you go. All right, there's the toolbar. Cool. We got the toolbar here for selecting buttons. We'll have another button after that. That's going to be our button load image. And maybe there'll be a paste image button too. I'm not sure. There's that. Let's give these some margins here. Do a min width of like maybe 90, width of about 90. Okay, there's load image. Give it a click, event handler. And the last thing we need is something below this. We need a button that, oh, it looks like this, add segment, to add a segment to it. Script. What's the overlay built in? Unity? This is WPF, Jens. Working only in WPF. So this is, we're building something that's going to be sitting inside of Visual Studio to help us build training scripts, training, interactive training inside Visual Studio. So Visual Studio is an IDE. Oh, you're talking about these OBS, these overlays that are running here on the machine. Yeah, these are exactly as Coding Gorilla says. And I've got a number of overlays that are all running. I'm sorry about that. Sorry about that, Jens. Yeah, totally. That's exactly what's going on. This here isn't really most of this isn't an overlay. Just Fred over there is an overlay. His nameplate and the boombox over there, those are parts of the overlay.
You're welcome.
You're welcome. I'm so cool I can even go invisible, says Fred. All right. So I've got my add segment button down here. It's kind of falling off the bottom of this. I'm so thankful for Coding Gorilla. He's the bestest. That's kind of true.
Got him!
Kind of true. Go to like 500 and see what we get here. Yeah, I'm not an expert at this point. I should, let you know the show sponsors. We got 2 sponsors for this show. One of the sponsors is
Force and ignorance.
so they give us a lot of support. So I wanted to make sure you know about brute force and ignorance. And then we also have another sponsor known as
Compiles. Let's ship it.
So anyway, those are our sponsors. Speaking of brute force, well, speaking of ignorance, I'm not an expert in WPF with regards to kind of auto sizing. I've always kind of had problems with that when I wanted to do that, and I've never ever gained the expertise to do it. But I want this to auto size based on what's inside of it. That's what I want, because I kind of want these things to stack up to a certain point. Then I want it to show a scroll bar. So it's kind of on my list of what I want to do. I think what I'm going to do is take this, bring it up to there a little bit. Sounds like your sponsors too, Jens. That's great news. Yes, those brute force and ignorance, they get around. Okay, so now I've got this button here. Let's give it a good width. Let's make it left aligned. All of that. Say width of maybe 90. I could actually, I'm going to left align it. Horizontal alignment, left. There we go. And let's get in a margin as well. Maybe give it that M4, margin 4 all the way around. Okay. This guy I think needs a margin, maybe all the way around as well. This text box right here. Looks a lot like the XAML I use in Xamarin Forms. Yeah, it's probably very close. Okay, that is looking better. With regards to sizing, I want this thing to kind of snap to its contents, kind of be auto size. I'm going to have to research that. I just don't know how to do it. But what I'm going to do now in this edit mode is I'm going to make it kind of a tight fit. Okay, that's not bad. When we edit this, if you use the doc panel and set the last child fill equals true, I think you get the effect you want. You're talking about in the across the top here, I think. I don't want the last child to be a fill. I want the middle to be a fill, though. I want this right aligned. But maybe that'll work anyway. Yeah, I need to go research that. I'm just not an expert on it. We can try right now and see what we get. No, in the middle. This guy. Put a 3-row grid and do auto. Yeah, we can try a couple things. If you guys want to look at that right now, we can try it. Let's do dock panel on the outside. See what we can do here. Dock panel. Last child fill is true. And problem is this is my last. I don't want to fill my last one. Gridworks 2 dock panel is more flowy though. And I guess I'm not setting my height of. Put the button above the middle component and set it to dock to the bottom. Oh! Oh-ho! That's right. This has been a while. Okay. That seems to work. There's my last child fill. Now, is it going to adjust to the outer height? Whoops. Uh-oh. What'd I do wrong? Aha. Okay. Now, what's happened? The top one has gone totally fill. Oh. The dock panel, there's got to be some sort of orientation thing for this. What was wrong with it? Dock the top stack. I got to set a dock property on this. Oops, sorry, not here. Here. I think we're getting closer. And then this is the last one without a dock property. I think this is top. Did that fix it? I think that fixed it. Hey, thanks for your help, Coding Gorilla. Perfect. Yeah, it looks good. Let's see what happens when we go out and resize the outer piece. Not quite what I want. This isn't, oh, because the height here is, if I get rid of the height, does that do it? I think it does it. Holy cow. Coding Gorilla. Good job. Look at that. Now let's do the same thing here with this guy. Change this to a dock panel. No orientation property. And set the dock properties left. Really? We need to replace HTML CSS with it. I'm going to say good luck with that one. All right, let's get that dock property again. This one's going to be left. This one's going to be left. This is going to now become the last child. This guy is going to dock on the right. Does that work? Yeah, it might have worked. We want to take away our width here, though, in the description. All right, that's looking really good already. Nice. Nice. Okay. I want to margin all around this guy. I want to margin of 4, so it's consistent with the other pieces. Next. Well, we can maybe add this later, but one of the things that's happening when we run if we run our current sandbox, which we haven't actually done since we did the refactoring, but it looks, is it working or no? Error resolving type. The types have changed their locations. It's in test.json. I think we can edit that file. Whoops. What did I do? Hit new or something? Not sure what happened there. We're going to do a search and replace Documenter Sandbox with the word training. And I think that's going to get rid of that error. Just because we've got hard-coded types here so we can have the correct types reconstructed. All right, let's run it and see if that works. Could not load assembly training. It's not in training because we haven't moved it out yet. Okay. Which I think what that means is this has got to be search and replaced to become that. Save that now. Let's run that. Load model. There we go. All right. So now we've got the model. The thing I'm thinking is, look, when we're selecting something in here, we need to be able to edit that. We need something like this, a text box to edit the contents of this. That's what I'm saying we can maybe add later. Right now we've got it in this kind of master place, but I'm really thinking it's going to go off to the side of this. Whatever this is, it's just going to take some percentage of that. This, by the way, yeah, this is for inserting images, so we can select which image we want to insert. That's what that drop down does. Okay, I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to create a text box inside the user control for now. So it's just there as a placeholder, and we'll figure out exactly what we want to do with that later. So this is this middle piece. This is going to be the last child. Why not make it a grid that is like that. Coding Gorilla, if you are recalling, how do I set it up so I want something to be like a 3-to-1 ratio or a 2-to-1 ratio? Is it something like, I want to see something like 2-star and this one is 1-star, like that, if that's what I want to do? Is that it? Looks like that's actually it. Maybe I'm just remembering it correctly. And then so down here we're going to have our text box, which is going to be the editor for our callout text, like that. We need a name for this guy right here. This is going to be okay. So let's just verify that all of that is working correctly. Oh, we didn't specify to put it in the second. This goes in column 1, like that. There it is. Sweet. All right, nice. Thanks again for the help, Coding Gorilla. That was super easy to implement. This needs, I'm going to give that an M4 as well. Oh, wait, maybe. Yeah, I want more specific margins here. This is going to start with a 0 and a 0 and 0. Let's make the right one be 4, right like that. Because the outer grid already has that margin 4. Yeah, excuse me. Okay, we'll do that. And we'll do this, but with this one, we're going to put the margin on the other side. How does that look? Too far away? Maybe we'll change this to a 2 and the other one to a 2, so it's 4. Separating by 4. All right, good. That looks better. I'm a big fan of discoverability, so let's give this a label. Let's take this margin, bring it up to the parent. Let's take that and bring it up to the parent. Maybe do the dock panel on here again. Dock panel. And we're going to say this is going to be docked to the top. And we're going to say last child, Phil. Sweet. That's pretty good. Let's put a margin on this. Margin doesn't seem to be having an effect on it. Is it because of the height? And it's because it's inside the dock, isn't it? Okay, let's not do it here. We might be able to make it work here. And if not, let's try this margin 4. Does it work? Has no impact on it, does it? Yeah, because we're overriding it with the fill. Whoops, I thought we were. Let's get that, make that working. Try this again. Nope, it does work. Okay, great. So we'll say this is going to come in from the top. Okay. It's not bad. It's certainly looking better. All right, let's build it. I think, what time is it? Yeah, I'm going to get going because it's kind of late here. I'm going to go spend a little bit of time with my family before bedtime. And we'll get a raid going. Thanks, everybody, for joining and hanging out. Let's get the raid going. While we're getting that raid going, we'll get one of the dance parties playing here for you. See you tomorrow. Bye, Weirdbeard. Bye, Jessam.